Welcome back, Chalkboard Chronicles, the podcast while we explore the forgotten corners and ever slightly nostalgic. Master Rumel.
It's great to be back, Miss Kissy. And I think this episode's topic is particularly timely. We're seeing a lot of talk about the future of education, about technology, about online learning. But what about the old-fashioned classroom? The one with the chalkboard, the textbook, and teachers standing at the front.
You're right, Master Rumel. It's easy to get caught up with the latest trends. But sometimes it's good to be a step back and appreciate the foundations today. Today, we're diving into world of the traditional classroom. We'll be talking about the pros and cons. So the memories, the lesson learned, and the enduring power of this seeing updated approach.
I'm already feeling a little nostalgic just thinking about it. Remember those textbook, the smell of old paper, the sound of the teacher's voice echoing through the room.
Absolutely! And a feeling of accomplishment when you finally understood the difficult math problem or mailed that history presentation.
The camaraderie, the shared struggles, the inside jokes, the friendship, forgive, and the incredible of classroom life.
We'll be exploring all of this and more in today's episode. We'll also be taking to one expert who can shed light on the lasting impact on the traditional classroom and why it still have a place in the modern world.
So back up listeners, we're taking a trip down memory lane, and it's going to be a bumpy but exciting ride.
Now, Master Rumel, let's start the basics. What are some case elements of the traditional classroom that you remember?
And foremost, their teachers. The teacher was central figure. The authority, the guide, they were the ones who delivered the information, posed the question, and fostered a sense of learning in the classroom.
And teacher's role was not just about delivering information, but also creating a learning environment. They were responsible for setting the rules, managing the classroom, and encouraging participation from the students.
Exactly. And then there were the textbooks, those heavy tomes filled with knowledge, the smell of old paper, the feeling of turning the page.
And then there were the desk, the rooms and desk, the sense of the order of the structure, the feeling of being part of the community of learners.
It was a physical manifestation of knowledge, and it brought a sense of immediacy to the learning process.
And it's the simplicity that many people find appealing about the traditional classroom. It's a familiar, comfortable, and effective way to learn.
But of course, there are also criticism of traditional classroom. Some people argue that it's rigid, to focus on rote learning, and not adaptable enough to the needs individual learnings.
That's a fair point. But I think it is important to remember that traditional classroom is not a monopolistic entity. There are many different approaches to teaching and learning within this framework.
Absolutely. and we'll be exploring some of those different approach in future episodes. But for now, let's focus on the core elements of the traditional classroom and what made it so effective for many people.
And we'll also be taking some experts who can shed light to their place in the modern world.
So, stay tuned, listeners. The Chalkboard Chronicles is just getting started.
Yeah! Thank you for watching!